wonderful director. And the film that you're going to see today is one that when I saw this summer, the programmers and I really wanted to share with you. It feels so relevant and so important right now in a time where we are all divided and the world is becoming even more binary. It's a film about hope and human connection. And I would like you to put your hands together for a first time, and you're going to be able to do it for a second time as well, for the incredibly talented writer Samuel D. Hunter of The Whale. The man I'm about to introduce doesn't need much of an introduction. I know you will know his work and love his work as much as we do, but Darren Aronofsky can take us so many different places. He's made incredibly audacious work that takes us to our minds to very different places, like Mother, like Black Swan. He's also been here most recently with the incredibly emotionally powerful The Wrestler. And today he's taking us on another very beautiful emotional journey. Please now put your hands together again for Darren Aronofsky. Who couldn't be here with us today. So I want to start with him. I mean, last night when we screened the film, and I'm sure some people will have seen it on social media, I've never seen the kind of emotional reaction to Brendan Fraser's performance that we saw last night. Why was Brendan your Charlie, Darren?
Well, hi everybody. It's nice to be back in London at the film festival. Thanks for having us. Last night was great. The whole journey started when I saw Sam's play 10 years ago at a theater with 130 seats, which is a lot smaller than now, so it's amazing. And a big reason it took a long time was figuring out who could play Charlie. I thought about a lot of actors, I've met a lot of actors, but nothing really ever clicked and moved me to wake up in the morning to do it. Excuse me. And then I saw a trailer for a low-budget movie, and Brendan was in it, and sort of an aha moment went off in my head, and I found out he lived on the East Coast, and he came and visited me, and he was a complete gentleman, and also it was very clear he wanted to get back to work and show what he could do. And then we did a reading, and then 10 days later COVID hit, and so everything paused for a while, but it's, as you'll see, it's extremely difficult performance, both emotionally because of Sam's words and the story, but also technically it was extremely difficult, and it just took someone like Brendan at the right moment, at the right time to do the job.
And Samuel, it's such a gorgeous play, but what were the challenges for you in bringing it, adapting it to the screen?
Hi everybody, and thank you for having me. I mean, 10 years ago, I had never really written anything for the screen. I mean, I've since done some television work and film work, but I bought the final draft to write this movie, so it was very new for me. And I was nervous about it because I think, the play comes from a very personal place for me. I mean, I wrote it because I'm a gay kid from Idaho who, grew up in the town where Charlie lives, and went to a fundamentalist religious school that taught me that people like me shouldn't exist, and I also self-medicated with food for a good amount of time, and so when I wrote the play, I kind of wrote it for myself, and I wrote it at a time, when my then boyfriend, now husband, and I were living in like an illegal sublet and living hand to mouth, and so the idea of this play being produced on stage felt like a very distant dream, let alone this. But I'm glad it took 10 years. I think it needed to take 10 years because we needed to do it the right way. We needed to find the right person to put at the center of it. But all along the way, I mean, it's just been, Darren has brought such generosity and has been so respectful of me and the story, and I've felt very protected the entire time.
And Darren, it's incredibly, beautifully, elegantly stripped back. You've just really foregrounded these incredible performances, but also the writing. Did you always know you were going to make that kind of creative choice?
Yeah, I think cinema comes down to camera, light, and performance, always. And this exercise, this film, really made me and my team focus just on those elements. My mentor, Stuart Rosenberg, always taught us that there was a single place to stick the camera in every scene. And that comes out of what the scene's about, what the performers are doing, and then of course what the theme that Sam wrote about is. And so that as a meditation every day, just focusing on that was a real privilege to go back to the basics in a lot of ways. So it's really about the performance, this film. I'm hiding behind Sam and Brendan, and super excited to see what you think.
And one final question, because it's a film that took 10 years to make, and the themes, for me, feel more relevant now than maybe even they would have 10 years ago, and that central theme of hope and people finding a way to connect when it seems impossible. How much for you is that at the heart of the film, for both of you?
Yeah, I mean, the only way that I could write this story was writing it from a place of hope and faith, because I felt like I kind of had no other choice. I mean, I think choosing optimism is the difficult choice. I think cynicism is easy and perversely comforting. But yeah, no, I always knew that I had to write it from a profound place of hope and empathy. And I mean, I think, you know, I've written quite a few plays since I wrote this play, but I think that there is a common thread of all the plays are about isolation and human connection. And that, you know, as you said, has become even sort of more present in our society in the last few years.
That's what I love about Sam's writing. Always deep in there is this kernel of people trying to connect, and he has faith in that, he believes in that, and definitely during COVID, that was a big thing we lost, was a lot of connection with each other. And so the film's going to challenge you to look past your prejudices and prejudgments, like it did for me. When I first saw the play, I didn't know any of these characters, but by the end, they all felt like my family. And I just can't wait to see you guys experience it. Like what happened last night was great. Brendan had to rush off to another film festival in Mill Valley. He states that he sends his regrets. Last night was one of the most powerful nights for him this whole trip. So he's really thankful to London. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.